Good morning, guys. I'm Jared. This is Living with the Grain. I got to sleep in again. And again, when I say sleep in, I'm waking up at like 6:15. But I like it. I really enjoy when I get to start my day this way. Get to have my coffee with you guys. It gives me just time to like journal, get my thoughts clear. Instead of getting up, working on, I try to get everything ready the day before or the night before so I can kind of just go through my routine and get to work on time. And it's just this almost mad dash from the time I'm up to work, all through work. And then my day can kind of slow down. And we got to take those moments though. Embrace these moments and be in the moment, because I feel like right now at this moment in time I only get so much of it, and I try to be as productive as possible with the videos, because during the week I get kind of consumed. Like I said, I'm more mentally exhausted at the end of the day, and these to me come out fresher when I do these mornings. But I was going to plan well, I plan to do 2 one day and 2 today, as far as 2 videos to equal my 4 videos for the week. And I had a meeting with my coach at 10 a.m. yesterday, and it was fantastic. I mean, it was probably the best meeting, not only feedback from him, but man, we got on a topic and we were remembering things, and just the laughter that just started coming out I hadn't laughed that hard in quite a while. I mean, I'm leaning against the table, bent over, kind of gasping for air laughter. It was just awesome. And it feels so good to laugh that way. So I thought the first thing I was going to do once we got off was like get the video turned around, get it rolling, keep that energy up. And it just, I don't know, something was like I was on such a high that nothing was connecting. Like I was too like, I was excited, which was good, but I don't know. I think I'm starting to find my flow with this, and that just wasn't connecting. So I was like, okay, so I had some things to do. I'll come back to this, and I'll try a different video I have in my head, which is some of this woodworking. I got this tree branch that I found on the side of the road, so I'm going to make some stuff, not necessarily out of this one, but I'm going to make some tea light holders. I've got a different idea for this though. It's kind of on the smaller, like width side, but this guy that's on the table, that's got some potential. So I'm excited about that, and I'm going to try to do some shots while I'm working on that, and then I'll have to edit this. And I knew this was going to be kind of a hiccup going into it, because I'll actually be trying to talk a little bit, use the machines or tools, and I know that that's going to be one of the harder things for me to do. I haven't tried that yet, so this is kind of me getting out of my comfort zone and into something else. And that really leads me into the actual topic that I had really kind of thought about, and I got it confirmed when I went to the gym yesterday, because I ran into a guy I hadn't seen in a while. He's a business owner, and we were talking about the gym. And he's like, yeah, man, it's like you got to be committed and you got to stay consistent with it. Perfect. Because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about, is being committed and not so much staying consistent. Like, the consistency will come with being committed to what we want to do. But the way I want to talk about commitment is, yes, show up. That's always part of it. But I'm going to go back to the gym, where right now I'm struggling mentally to want to go to the gym. And running into him yesterday kind of helped reignite some of that. But I'm not really lifting weights. I'm spending more time stretching, and I'm spending more time just doing cardio. But I found that last time I was doing cardio, that's when I was able to kind of go, okay, I'm enjoying this. And so I'm starting to want to show up again. But yeah, I found that pushing the weights around, I just wasn't getting excited about. And I had to find what is currently working. And I'm hoping that I'll kind of get motivated to, I'm not going to hit heavy weights, I just don't want to, but I do like to feel that resistance and just go for full range of motion, very controlled. It feels good to me. That's just where one of those things that feels good, and if it's in line, it's going to help me stay committed to what I'm doing. You know, committing to do this, committing to be present, and committing to, I'm doing much better, I think, with my wife on the weekends. I mean, we haven't ever had a bad relationship, but I feel like over the time, I had to change a lot of me to help our relationship. And you know, I feel like it's getting even, just maybe smaller steps, but it's getting better. How do you get better when you feel like things are already a good base? There's little nooks and crannies. As we discover ourselves, we find ways to kind of reinvent ourselves in a way, but we reflect on the things that we have done and how maybe it has affected people or our thought process of what we do. But staying committed, I think, gives a lot of just the consistency within it. It's kind of like it's a layer or a funnel, however you want to look at it. But this has been good for me, believe it or not. I'm trying to work on these videos, just kind of get these thoughts through. And I want it to be just a genuine, natural conversation at some point where people can take the comments, reflect, maybe give their own perspective of it, and then I could come back with something like, hey, that was a thought I hadn't seen or thought of, heard, whatever. Okay. Here's how I could see that maybe benefiting my life or something. But hopefully what we're saying is going to help other people. Just small things, not necessarily large steps. Starting small, starting with where you are. But what are the commitments or a commitment that you may have or think is it too big of a challenge that you still may want to do? If you have one of those, work on it. Take the first steps. You know, be bold. It's okay if it's a little scary and it feels like it's out of reach. If you don't start, you're never gonna know. All right, guys. I'm gonna finish this coffee. I'm gonna hit the gym. You guys have a good one. I've got 3 more to go today. So I gotta work on that too. But I gotta get my mind in the right place to do all that. You take care, guys. Peace.